Have you ever wondered what men truly notice about women beyond the obvious? It's not just about how you look or what you say. It's about the small, subtle details that reveal who you are. Whether you realize it or not, your actions, energy, and how you carry yourself can make a lasting impression, often more than anything else. In this video, we'll dive into 7 things that women don't always realize men notice and trust them. These insights might just change the way you think about your relationships and interactions. If you're looking to understand what makes you truly stand out and how to build deeper connections, you're in the right place. By the end of this video, you'll know the little things that men pay attention to, things that could be the key to fostering trust, attraction, and lasting emotional connections. From the way you treat others to how you take care of yourself, these details are often more powerful than grand gestures. Stay tuned, because knowing these things will give you the tools to engage with the world and the people in it in a whole new way. Let's get started. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. How you treat others. The way a woman treats others, particularly those who can't offer anything in return, reveals the most authentic and profound aspects of her character. Men, whether they consciously realize it or not, are always observing how a woman interacts with people in everyday situations, especially those in service roles like waitstaff, cashiers, or even random strangers on the street. There's something deeply revealing about how someone acts when they're not trying to impress or gain something. For example, when a woman greets a cashier with warmth, acknowledges the hard work of a waiter with genuine gratitude, or treats a person on the street with the same level of respect and kindness as she would someone close to her, it speaks to a deep well of compassion and empathy within her. In these moments, she's not performing for an audience, and there's no expectation of anything in return. That's when her true character is on full display. It's easy to be kind to people who can offer us something, whether it's social status, validation, or even admiration. But how we treat those who have nothing to give us at that moment says so much more about who we are. A woman who shows genuine respect for someone who can't return the favor, who doesn't see herself as better than others, and who values people for their inherent humanity rather than their utility. These qualities are rare and precious. When I think about this, I can't help but feel that kindness, in these situations, reflects a woman's integrity. There's a purity in treating someone with dignity, not because you're trying to look good, but because you believe in the inherent worth of all people. It's a reflection of empathy, being able to see the humanity in someone, whether they're wearing a uniform or simply walking past you on the sidewalk. I believe that this is one of the most genuine ways to connect with the world around you, and it's a reflection of someone who understands that respect is not something that's earned based on status or wealth, but something that is freely given because it's part of who you are. In my opinion, it is these everyday interactions that truly define a person's emotional depth and maturity. They might seem small in the grand scheme of things, but they create an undeniable impression of someone's values. If a woman consistently treats people with kindness, without a second thought about what she'll gain from it, it's clear that she's someone who values integrity and empathy at her core. These moments, though they often go unnoticed by the majority, are the true markers of who someone is. And when it comes to relationships, whether personal or romantic, those are the qualities that build trust, admiration, and respect over time. To me, that's the kind of person I'd want by my side. Someone who can stand tall not because of the titles they hold, but because of the love and kindness they extend to others, no matter who they are. 2. Your enthusiasm for life. A woman's enthusiasm for life is not just an external expression. It's the very essence of who she is. It's the sparkle in her eyes when she talks about something that truly excites her, the way her voice rises with energy when she describes a hobby she's passionate about, or the look of pure joy that lights up her face when she shares her dreams and aspirations. It's an energy that transcends mere words or actions. one that radiates from within and touches everything she does. When she speaks about her work, her hobbies, or even just the small moments that bring her joy, there's an undeniable warmth and authenticity in her enthusiasm. It's the kind of enthusiasm that has the power to not only draw people in but to uplift and inspire them. What's truly captivating about a woman who exudes passion for life is how it shows that she's actively engaged in the world around her. She isn't simply going through the motions of daily existence, checking off tasks on a list without thought or care. No, she's living, truly living, and you can see it in the way she embraces each moment. Whether it's immersing herself in a project at work, pursuing a personal goal, or spending time with loved ones, there's a sense of purpose that fuels her every action. This is not someone who is waiting for life to happen to her. This is someone who is seizing the day, carving out her path with determination and excitement. Her energy is a reflection of her belief in the beauty and worth of life itself, and it's an energy that is infectious. When you're around her, you can't help but feel motivated to live with the same zest for life. Her enthusiasm also speaks to a deep well of self-awareness and confidence. She knows what she values, and she unapologetically invests time and energy in those things. This self-assurance is incredibly attractive, not because it's bold or brash, but because it's quiet and powerful. It's the kind of confidence that comes from within, because she has a strong sense of who she is and what she wants from life. She doesn't need the approval of others to feel good about herself. Instead, she is comfortable in her skin, and that peace and clarity radiates outward. And let's be honest, that kind of confidence is incredibly magnetic. There's something so captivating about someone who knows what they want and dares to pursue it with passion. What's even more amazing about this kind of energy is how it demonstrates resilience. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and hardships, but a woman who embraces life with enthusiasm has a strength that goes beyond mere survival. She rises after every fall, and she faces adversity with grace, knowing that each obstacle is an opportunity for growth. Her passion for life isn't just about the highs. It's about her ability to stay connected to her purpose, even during difficult times. This is the kind of woman who doesn't let fear or doubt hold her back. She moves forward, fueled by her love for life and her unwavering belief that she has the power to shape her destiny. I feel that this kind of enthusiasm isn't just attractive, it's deeply inspiring. There's something profoundly moving about watching someone pour their heart into what they love, knowing that it brings them fulfillment and joy. It reminds us all of the importance of living authentically, embracing life with all its ups and downs, and finding the courage to be true to ourselves. A woman who is enthusiastic about life teaches us that it's not about waiting for the perfect moment or having everything figured out. It's about taking action, finding joy in the journey, and living each day with intention. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Her passion also serves as a beautiful reminder of the importance of balance. While it's clear that she has a deep commitment to her passions, she also knows how to give herself space to recharge and reflect. She understands that a well-rounded life nurtures both the body and the spirit. It's this harmony that makes her so magnetic, the way she blends ambition with self-care, excitement with calm, and pursuit with peace. In a world that can sometimes feel overwhelming and disconnected, a woman's enthusiasm for life stands as a beacon of hope and possibility. It invites those around her to see life through a different lens and to remember what it feels like to live with purpose, passion, and joy. There's nothing more attractive than that, a woman who not only knows how to live but who inspires others to do the same. 3. Your body language. A woman's body language is an incredibly powerful form of communication, one that speaks volumes without her saying a single word. Every subtle movement, every glance, and every shift in posture can convey deep insights into her emotional state and level of confidence. It is a language that, when understood, offers a rich understanding of her inner world, making it a key element in how others perceive her. When a woman carries herself with grace and confidence, there is an undeniable strength in her presence. She walks into a room, and immediately, the energy shifts. Men, and even women, are instinctively drawn to her because her body language projects a sense of power and poise. It's as though she is perfectly aligned with herself, comfortable in her skin, and unapologetic about who she is. That kind of presence is magnetic. What's most fascinating is that this magnetic confidence doesn't have to be loud or boastful. It can be quiet and subtle, but still incredibly impactful. A woman's posture, whether she's standing tall, shoulders back, or even how she positions her hands when speaking, tells a story of someone who knows their worth and owns their space in the world. Her movements are fluid, not forced, and there's a natural ease that reflects a deep sense of security within herself. Men are attracted to this because it reflects an inner strength that isn't about arrogance but about self-assurance. They see someone who doesn't need to prove anything, someone who trusts her value. But body language is not just about the confident and graceful gestures. It's also about the moments when discomfort or insecurity sneaks in. Our bodies betray us in ways we may not even realize. A slight hesitation, a fidgeting hand, or the way a woman might pull back in her seat, all these subtle changes are red flags of vulnerability or self-doubt. When a woman feels unsure or insecure, her body will often tense up, her posture slumps, and she might avoid eye contact, giving away the emotional discomfort she is feeling. It's in these moments that authenticity matters even more. Men notice these cues and can often tell when something feels off, and this awareness can impact how they connect with her emotionally. Yet, these moments of vulnerability are not necessarily a weakness. They add depth to a woman's body language, making her more relatable and human. Authenticity is the key. When a woman allows herself to be real, to express her emotions through her gestures and posture without trying to mask or hide her feelings, she becomes even more compelling. It's about the honesty she projects. A woman who can be open about her fears, insecurities, and joys through her body language gives off an energy that others want to connect with. It's the kind of vulnerability that draws people in because it's relatable and genuine, creating an emotional bridge between her and others. In those moments when her body language is authentic, when she's truly in touch with how she's feeling, her presence becomes magnetic in the truest sense. Men are not just drawn to the outward beauty of her confidence, but to the rawness of her authenticity. It's that perfect balance between strength and vulnerability, both of which make her real, powerful, and magnetic. When a woman embraces her truth and allows her body language to reflect that inner honesty, she creates a sense of trust and connection that can't be easily replicated. Ultimately, it's not about perfection in her posture but in the authenticity of her emotional expression, which resonates far more deeply than any physical gesture could ever do. 4. The tone of your voice. The tone of a woman's voice is an incredibly powerful tool in communication. Often, it reveals far more than the words she chooses to say. The tone, rhythm, pitch, and inflection of her voice are like windows into her emotional world, offering a glimpse of her feelings, mood, and state of mind. These vocal qualities can either create a sense of connection or distance, depending on how they are expressed. When a woman speaks with a warm, inviting tone, it carries a message far beyond the literal words. It can convey emotional stability and openness, creating an atmosphere that fosters trust and comfort. A gentle, calm voice can immediately put others at ease, making them feel safe and valued. This is the kind of voice that encourages people to share their deepest thoughts and feelings because it reassures them that they will be listened to with kindness and empathy. It's the kind of voice that makes relationships feel stronger, more grounded, and more loving. When I think of moments in my life when I felt truly connected to someone, it was often because of the warmth and care in their voice, like they were speaking directly to my soul. But conversely, a sharp, cutting, or harsh tone can create an entirely different experience. A voice that holds impatience or frustration can quickly change the emotional atmosphere of a conversation, often without the speaker even realizing it. It can come across as cold or distant, and in moments of tension, it can make those around her feel uncomfortable or on edge. For men, especially, these shifts in tone are often noticeable. They can feel the change in the air, like an invisible barrier that rises, separating them from the speaker. This is particularly true when tensions are already high or when emotions are running strong. The sharpness of a tone can feel like a punch to the gut, leaving a lingering sense of discomfort and confusion. Men tend to be especially sensitive to the tone of a woman's voice during these moments because it often signals a break in emotional connection. Instead of drawing someone in, this kind of tone creates distance and reinforces walls that prevent meaningful communication. I've experienced this dynamic firsthand, and I've come to realize just how much of a difference the tone of my voice can make, especially when I'm upset or frustrated. In moments of tension, I've found that a softer, more measured tone can ease the situation, allowing the conversation to stay on track and emotions to settle. On the other hand, when my voice becomes sharp or impatient, the conversation quickly spirals, leaving me feeling misunderstood and disconnected. I've learned the hard way that emotional regulation isn't just about controlling my words. It's also about managing the tone I use. It's incredible how something as simple as the way I say something can either open up a space for understanding or close it off entirely. When I speak with care, I see how it allows others to feel safe in my presence, and I've witnessed how this warmth can create deep, lasting connections. I've also realized how easily it can all be undone with a change in tone. It's a subtle yet powerful reminder that the way we communicate is just as important as what we communicate. So, I try to be mindful of my tone, knowing that my voice has the potential to heal, to connect, and to make others feel seen and heard. But it also has the power to push people away, creating emotional distance when that's the last thing I want. It's a delicate balance, but one that I believe is worth paying attention to in our everyday interactions. 5. How you take care of yourself. The way a woman takes care of herself is an incredibly powerful statement, one that resonates far beyond mere appearances. It's not just about looking good, it's about cultivating a deeper sense of well-being that nourishes the body, mind, and spirit. When a woman dedicates time and effort to taking care of her health and happiness, it signals something much more profound: self-respect, self-love, and emotional strength. This kind of self-care speaks to a woman's inner wisdom, her understanding that she deserves to feel her best, physically and mentally, every single day. And men notice. In my opinion, a woman who consistently practices self-care is not simply concerned with how others perceive her but with her peace of mind and overall well-being. This includes everything from setting aside time for regular exercise and enjoying wholesome meals to prioritizing her mental health by establishing boundaries, meditating, or indulging in hobbies that make her feel alive. It's in the little things too. Perhaps she enjoys a warm cup of tea in the morning to start her day, takes the time for a long bath to unwind, or enjoys a quiet evening of reading or journaling. These small rituals aren't just about indulgence. They are her way of grounding herself amid life's demands. What makes this particularly compelling is that self-care, in all its forms, demonstrates an incredible amount of inner confidence. It's as if she's saying, "I deserve this. I value myself, and I know that my happiness and well-being are just as important as anyone else's." And when a man sees this kind of self-respect, it creates an attraction that goes far beyond physical beauty. It's an energy, a quiet power that can't be faked. It tells him she's emotionally mature and rooted in her sense of self. She's not relying on anyone else's validation or approval to feel good about herself. She's already got that from within. I've seen it firsthand in both my own life and in the lives of the women I admire. There is something undeniably magnetic about a woman who takes pride in her self-care. It's not about vanity or ego. It's about her taking responsibility for her happiness and growth. Whether it's her morning yoga routine that keeps her flexible and calm, her ability to laugh freely without caring what anyone else thinks, or simply the way she stands tall and confident in the world, you can tell she's a woman who knows what she's worth. For me, one of the most attractive things in a partner is emotional maturity. And self-care is a cornerstone of that maturity. It's not about superficial fixes or quick aesthetic changes. It's about consistency and authenticity. When a woman takes care of herself in a balanced, holistic way, it's an indicator that she has a deep understanding of her own needs and knows how to honor them. That's the kind of woman a man can build something lasting with, because she's not only capable of giving love but of receiving it, too, without fear or self-doubt. In the end, this kind of self-respect and confidence creates a powerful, magnetic energy. A man is drawn to a woman who exudes this kind of inner strength because it tells him she has her own life, her passions, and a solid sense of who she is. She is not looking for anyone to complete her. She is complete in herself, and that is an incredibly attractive trait. It invites respect, admiration, and genuine connection, qualities that lay the foundation for something real and lasting. A woman who values herself enough to prioritize her well-being is not only strong, but she becomes an inspiration to those around her, especially those who recognize her worth. And that kind of energy, it's magnetic, it's captivating, and it's simply impossible to ignore. 6. How you listen. Listening, when done with deep intent and genuine care, is perhaps one of the most powerful ways for a woman to truly connect with a man on an emotional level. It's not just about hearing the words that come out of his mouth, but about listening with every fiber of her being, making space for his thoughts, feelings, and vulnerabilities to unfold in a way that allows him to feel fully seen and understood. When a woman listens with such attentiveness, something profound happens. It creates a bridge between their worlds, a shared moment of connection that transcends simple conversation. The act of truly listening involves far more than just the mechanics of hearing. It's about being present, about creating an emotional environment where he feels safe to open up and share. Eye contact becomes an unspoken language of its own. When a woman locks eyes with him, it signals that she's not only physically present but mentally and emotionally invested in what he's saying. It's as if, in that moment, the world around them ceases to exist, and all that matters is what they are communicating to one another. That steady gaze, combined with a gentle nod, can communicate more than words ever could. It tells him, "I'm here with you," without needing to say a single thing. But listening doesn't just stop there. The beauty of listening is in the details, how she picks up on the nuances of his tone, his body language, and the subtle pauses between his words. A woman who listens with intention can hear what's unsaid, reading between the lines to understand the deeper emotions he might be hiding. Her responses, always thoughtful and measured, show him that she's paying attention, not just to the words, but to the feelings and thoughts behind them. There's a depth in these responses, as though she's acknowledging not only the facts but the heart of the conversation. A simple "I understand," or "that must have been hard for you," can make him feel heard in a way that no amount of advice or commentary ever could. Listening with empathy is the key here. It's not just about understanding his words, but about connecting to the emotional undercurrent that runs through them. When a woman listens empathetically, she demonstrates a profound respect for his emotions. It shows that she values his perspective, his feelings, and his experiences, even if they differ from her own. There's an emotional maturity in this kind of listening, one that requires patience, humility, and an open heart. It's not about rushing in with solutions or judgments, but about creating space for him to express himself freely, without fear of criticism or dismissal. In doing so, she creates an emotional safety net, a place where he knows he can share his fears, his anxieties, his dreams, and his deepest thoughts without the weight of expectation or judgment. This sense of emotional safety is priceless, and it is the foundation on which trust and intimacy are built. When a man feels that his words, his heart, and his soul are being received with such care, it opens the door for him to reciprocate with the same level of openness and vulnerability. And from this, a deeper, more meaningful connection grows, a bond that is nurtured by mutual respect, empathy, and an understanding that transcends the surface-level exchanges most people settle for. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. For me, this kind of listening is not just an act, it is a way of showing love. It's a silent expression of affection that speaks volumes more than grand gestures or dramatic displays. It's about demonstrating that you are emotionally attuned to the other person and that you care enough to take the time to truly understand what they are going through. In a relationship, whether new or long-standing, This kind of attentiveness becomes a bedrock, a pillar of support that both partners can lean on. A woman who listens in this way doesn't just hear what's being said. She understands, she feels, and she responds with a kind of love that strengthens and deepens the connection between them. And that, in my opinion, is what true intimacy is all about. 7. The energy you bring into a room. The energy you bring into a room holds incredible power, and it's one of the most profound ways we communicate with others, often without uttering a single word. For women, this energy, whether it's warm, calm, confident, or even tense, can significantly impact how others perceive her and how they feel in her presence. It is the subtle undercurrent that sets the tone of any environment. When a woman enters a room, her energy fills the space before she even speaks. It is a kind of silent introduction, and it often can influence the entire atmosphere. Men, in particular, notice when a woman exudes positivity and self-assurance. There's something magnetic about it, something irresistible. It's not just about how she looks or how she dresses, but about the way her energy emanates from within. When she is confident, comfortable in her skin, and unapologetically herself, it becomes almost impossible to ignore. This kind of energy naturally draws people to her like a beacon. It sparks curiosity, admiration, and even respect. People want to be around her because there is a sense of warmth and authenticity in her presence. It feels safe, inviting, and open. What makes this energy even more remarkable is its authenticity. It's not about putting on a mask or projecting an image of strength that isn't true to her. Instead, it's about being deeply rooted in who she is. Whether she's radiant with joy, grounded in calm, or focused with clarity, there's beauty in knowing that she's being genuine, that she's not pretending to be something she's not. This authenticity fosters trust. It creates an atmosphere where others can relax, be themselves, and feel safe to share. There's an undeniable power in being authentic. People can feel it. They instinctively sense that she is not just someone trying to impress them or win them over. She is comfortable in her skin, and that, in itself, is magnetic. Moreover, a woman who brings positive energy into a room also signals emotional stability and resilience. Her presence communicates that she has faced challenges, but she remains standing strong. She may have faced struggles, heartaches, and obstacles, yet here she is, unshaken and unwavering. This resilience is not just in her actions, but in the quiet strength that resonates from her every word, movement, and glance. It's an energy that says, I have learned, I have grown, and I am here, not because everything is perfect, but because I have endured, and I am still standing. This kind of strength is deeply compelling. It shows that she has wisdom to offer, and she has a life story filled with lessons and experiences that have shaped her. It is an energy that makes people respect her, not just because of what she has accomplished, but because of the grace with which she carries herself. For me personally, I believe there's something profoundly beautiful about this type of energy. It's not about striving to meet external expectations, but about aligning with who you truly are. When a woman is truly herself, and she carries that energy with humility and confidence, there's a quiet power that draws others in. It creates a ripple effect. Others are inspired to stand a little taller, smile a little brighter, and be more open. It's the kind of energy that doesn't just fill a room but transforms it. It lifts everyone around her, leaving them feeling seen, valued, and respected. It is the kind of energy that is felt long after she leaves the room. The lesson here is that our energy is far more powerful than we often realize. It is the essence of who we are, the heart and soul we share with the world. And when that energy is rooted in authenticity, positivity, and emotional resilience, it leaves an indelible mark on everyone we encounter. It is, in many ways, the greatest gift we can offer, to ourselves and to heirs. As we wrap up, I hope you've gained some valuable insights into the incredible power of the energy you bring into a room. Whether it's warmth, confidence, calm, or even the quieter forms of strength, Remember that your energy has the potential to shape the environment around you in ways you might not even realize. From how others perceive you to the atmosphere you create, your energy speaks louder than words. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What have you learned so far? Is there one thing that stood out to you that you'll start bringing into practice in your own life? I'd love for you to share that in the comments below this video. Let's start a conversation about how we can all bring our most authentic, positive energy to the world. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more inspiring content. I look forward to hearing your thoughts and seeing how you're embracing the power of your energy in the days ahead.